Nerd to the Third Power presents Fools Who Ride. The Dreamstone, Part 3.
Hey guys, what's going on? You are listening to Nerd to the Third Power. This is Fools Who Ride the Dreamstone. I am your game master for this evening, this afternoon, or whenever you are choosing to listen to this. I am Mike the Birdman Dodd from ThisWeekInGeek.net and, of course, TerribleWarriors.com. But I'm not alone as I trek through the wonderful world of Faerun in D&D 5th Edition. I'm joined by a guy in Baltimore,
Dr. Gonzo,
a girl in the Midwest,
I'm the cat,
and, of course, somewhere over in England,
Sheffield, to be precise, is Skyblaze.
That's right, guys. So we are back here, and in our last hour, we had descended upon the Festival of Harvest Fall held in Cambridge. Lord Braden Kilsh had tried to get the town rallied behind him to assure them, things are not fucked up. Things are okay. We're going to be okay. Things are not okay.
Things were very not okay.
Yeah, things were straight up fucked up. But we are back here with our adventures of Marcus, Lenore, and Alaricia. Let's get things started as we find ourselves back at the Kilsh estate with the Kilsh son Neslo, currently unconscious, being carried by Alaricia as he
Alisaria,
sorry. Just had the demon Prince Pazuzu exorcised from his body, but yet the Dreamstone is still missing. And how does this all tie together? I guess we'll have to find out as we proceed on our adventure. So, you arrive at the Kilsh estate. You are taken into the main hall. The Kilsh guards have barred the door. Everybody's pretty much on high alert right now. What are you going to do?
I feel like we need to have a talk with the Lord and Lady again.
I think the boy might need a comfortable bed and a healer.
Alright, so one of the doctors that happens to be at the Kilsh estate takes Neslo to a medical area and starts to look him over and make sure he's okay. They have one of the court wizards come over and perform healing magic on him.
I'm going to slump into the nearest chair and look as knackered as I feel.
You do.
If I just got into a kind of spiritual fight with a demon prince, this is not the sort of thing that you do every day.
Okay. Are either the Lord or Lady Kilsh in the room at the moment?
Yes. Braden's there and Lorella.
Okay. Lord Braden, not to cause more unpleasantness than has already been experienced, but I fear I must ask, have there been tensions between you and your son as of late before these strange occurrences?
Before we begin, would it be all right if I cast a spell that would compel truth? Because I feel as if we have not been told the full story, and the level of demonic entity that we are dealing with is not something that we can fight while we are uninformed as to everything that is going on.
Can you cast it without them noticing?
I am saying this out loud, my friend.
Oh.
They're like, we see no problem with it.
I will cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
To encompass everybody in the room.
All right.
Okay.
So that it means basically that until the spell ends, it'll last for 10 minutes. A creature that enters this... Okay, so they can choose, like, they can make a charisma saving throw. It's a charisma 12 saving throw. If they just want it to happen, I think they can just let it happen. But they are... Basically, they're forced to answer truthfully. And they can just, decide not to talk if they don't want to answer the question. But if they speak, it has to be the truth.
Okay. Then you already know what I'm asking. I reiterate my question.
Well, we kind of had a feeling with all the rapid expansion we'd make some enemies along the way, but we don't know who specifically targeting us or the city.
What about your son? He said that he chose this, that you had promised the townspeople a lie. Has he been opposed to this expansion?
Neslo himself actually speaks up. He goes, yes, I am opposed because this is reckless. We're letting everybody in. You're not vetting them nearly enough. We're letting in riffraff, the poor, the diseased. He looks at his father. Are you out of your fucking mind? You're going to let the wrong ones in eventually, and then we are all dead. This city falls to the plague, to a wizard, who knows what. Then you're disposed, we lose everything we have ever built.
Okay, so he's a racist asshole. Directing the question again to the father. Okay, that answers that question. Another question that I have. I spoke to some of the dwarf workers in town, and they mentioned a crypt that you have had them working on, but they were reticent to tell me more. Can you tell me what that crypt is all about and why it is being worked upon?
The Church of Lathander wanted a crypt built for their followers, their clerics, their acolytes, and just for whatever reason, the ground is not as hollow as we thought it was. It's crawling with carrion crawlers and other sort of diseased monsters. It's nothing unusual that we know of. Seems a little strange that there's a lot of monsters there, but
how long ago was ground broken on that?
I don't know, about 2 months ago, give or take.
And how long ago did the unpleasant dreaming start?
About a month and a half ago.
Margin of error enough that they might be related.
Isn't it unusual that such dark diseased creatures would be found on already consecrated ground?
That, we thought it was a little strange too. We just thought it was just bad luck of the draw. We assumed our luck had to run out at some point. We just assumed we just bumped into a nest of these creatures, but they just keep coming back.
There's something. No, there's something more down there because the dwarves I spoke to refused to go down there, and for you to scare a dwarf out of going underground, there's something more down there beyond just carrion crawlers. I'm thinking you struck something.
Yeah, maybe the seal on something was broken.
It's kind of what we're wondering too.
Worth investigating, perhaps.
I would like to ask Neslo if Neslo.
He just kind of looks at you. He's like, "What?"
I'm still wearing my scary mask. Did you take the Dreamstone?
He doesn't answer.
I want to try intimidation, but I'm scared that if I do that, that might offend our hosts.
Neslo?
Can you tell us where the Dreamstone is now?
I don't know exactly where it is, but I know who took it.
Who has it?
Clovis.
There's that name again.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did he take the stone?
About a month and a half ago. And rightly so.
Did Clovis also feel that, as you feel, that you're letting the wrong people in?
Among other things. He has his reasons for taking the Dreamstone. He thinks he can, for lack of a better word, he thinks he can get a better deal. But he's only interested in it for himself. I said, I'll help you steal the Dreamstone if you help keep Cambridge clean. He said, okay.
And do you happen to know what keeping Cambridge clean entailed for Clovis?
He just wanted it to see his family again. He was willing to pay that price. I gave him the avenue.
Do you know
The entity that was inside your mind, inside your body, did you let it in?
Yes.
How did it contact you?
Through my dreams. It preyed upon me. But I wanted it. Don't let anybody here think otherwise. I get so sick of elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, all these things running around the city. No, this city was built by humans.
I
It
give an
should stay that
intimidating
way.
cough.
Okay.
You think I'm scared of you?
I'm the one with the sword here, buddy. And I want to make an intimidation roll because now he's irritating me.
All right.
7 with a +4, so that's 11 total. Not great, but not awful either.
He rolled a nat 20.
Oh no.
He is not backing down. He goes,
Would
you
you
think
have
you're so tough?
preferred to?
Take me in a fair fight.
Would you have preferred to stay possessed by that thing, or has it tore you apart from the outside in?
It promised me power when all this was said and done, and I would have had it too.
And you think it was telling you the truth?
I'm more laughing at the fact that he's about to pull it. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Okay.
What deal did you make with it?
I give him the Dreamstone. He gives me Cambridge. And
And
Braden just
you-
looks shocked at this. He's like,
And you
What?
believe that he would have kept his side of the deal? By
I
all the gods above, you're an idiot as well as a racist. I'm going to walk out the room. I'm done with this kid.
I have one last question.
okay.
Where did you make the trade?
Right here,
In this room?
where the Dreamstone was kept, in the Dreamstone room. I handed it off to Clovis. Clovis and his accomplice slipped out.
Who was Clovis's accomplice?
He doesn't answer.
All right.
I'd like to pull out my mace and ask the question again. Try and make an intimidation check.
All right, roll it.
Probably pointless, but
Can I like crack my
Dice
knuckle?
go.
Can I like crack my knuckles or something to add to her roll?
Yeah, can
Yeah.
he be scary and I get advantage?
Because I
Yep.
got a +4 proficiency in intimidation. So how does that work? Do I roll as well?
No,
Or do I-
you're just helping, so she'll get advantage on this roll. I'm not sure how the rule works. I'll just say she gets advantage.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not great. Just 15.
Well, with
Did you roll twice?
Yes.
Ouch. He doesn't answer. He goes, I know where the accomplice is, but that's all I know, and that's all I'm going to tell you.
Where's the accomplice?
I think I can
And
guess.
An island just off of the Cloakwood. Find the lighthouse, you'll find him there.
Him.
I don't know his name. He never gave it.
I'm assuming he's human, given your inclination to distrust other races. Oh, your silence is telling.
I don't think we're going to get anything more from him. All right. Unless you have anything, I say we lock his ass and let the town justice system deal with him.
Lorella looks at her husband. They both exchange looks of just disappointment. And she says, Mari, gather the guards and take him away.
I would be worried about a repeated attempt to possess him.
Yeah, maybe have like a priest or something nearby.
We'll put a circle of protection around him. This will not happen again.
All right. We're going to take a few minutes to powwow and then let you know what we're going to do next, but yeah, for now if you could give us the room.
The room empties and it's just you adventurers.
Well, no, because our paladin left the room.
Okay.
Somebody will have to go and get me.
Paladin back.
All right, I'll go out and let Alisaria know that we've got the room.
I'll walk back in and my face is like a fucking thundercloud.
So, to recap, we have a racist asshole kid who entered into an agreement with a rogue knight to steal the Dreamstone, to hand it over to a demon prince who may or may not have been unearthed from the crypt north of town. But we know that the Dreamstone and the aforementioned accomplice and knight are on a lighthouse on an island off to off the coast of the city.
That's where the accomplice is. That is not necessarily where Clovis is.
True, but given...
He didn't know where Clovis was. He could be with the accomplice. He might not be.
True.
What that child said was that Clovis took the stone because he wanted to see his family again. His family is dead.
If it were possible to bring dreams into the real world, you dream of your family being alive.
But could an artifact like the Dreamstone make that happen?
I don't know. Possibly in combination with the powers of the Demon Prince.
Perhaps he was just the making the trade, and that the Demon Prince was going to supposedly bring the family back.
That's true. We have no concrete evidence that Clovis was the mastermind. Okay. All right. Alisaria, demons is more your area of expertise. Where do you think should be our first course of action from here?
On the one hand, the crypt is closer. On the other, we don't know exactly what dangers we're going to face down there. If we go to where the accomplice is, we can at least shake him down for information on where Clovis has gone. But knowing more about the demon might enable us to defeat him, imprison him, steal him in some way.
So you think he's the priority, or defeating the demon is the priority over finding the Dreamstone at the moment?
I would say so.
Okay.
I think they will inevitably go hand in hand. If that Dreamstone is probably... I would think that it is on its way to the demon. If Clovis left a month and a half ago with the Dreamstone, and the intention was to trade it to the Demon Prince, and then the Demon Prince would deliver Cambridge, why hasn't this happened already? Why has it taken a month and a half? Is it simply the travel time to take the Dreamstone to somewhere? Or have they been waiting for something in particular?
Or is something holding them back?
Or maybe they need something else. Maybe the Dreamstone is just a component of a larger puzzle that they have to put together.
It would help if we knew more about the Dreamstone and more about the Demon Prince.
The crypt is what concerns me the most because, and again, Alisaria, I don't know very much about, but I would assume that if that was the seal, the place where the demon was sealed, it would have to be a place of some eldritch power to contain it.
No. This Demon Princes aren't sealed. They just don't live in this plane, unless I'm mistaken.
Could be a portal.
Could be a portal. A gate. It could be a gate. It would probably be to our benefit to take a look at it before we attempt to go after the accomplice, because it could present immediate danger.
I'm inclined to agree. And if nothing else, if there is a gate down there, it could let in other nasties that could cause problem for the townsfolk.
Also a good point.
Do you think this could be something... This is hallowed ground. Perhaps something wasn't awoken, but somebody made a gate there, and maybe the ground is no longer consecrated, or something along those lines.
You and I would be able to tell if it had been defiled.
Yes.
Worth investigating.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so it's sounding like we're all in agreement that the crypt is worth checking out first. Am I reading the room right?
Not before I've had a sleep.
Indeed, we can't do anything tonight, so let's get food in our bellies and a good night's rest, and then we will brief the Lord and Lady tomorrow morning.
Okay, so you retire to your rooms. Each of your rooms has a guard stationed outside of it as a just in case. And you go to sleep.
I sleep in my mask, by the way.
Okay. Everybody roll me wisdom.
Oh, man.
Good.
Good God. Okay. Sorry. Looking at
Who
spells.
got the lowest?
Hold
Which
on,
I'm still trying to find a dice that hasn't betrayed me yet. Let me try this. Let me try this metal one. It hasn't been rolled yet. Let's break it in. Nat 20.
Ooh,
Nice.
good.
21.
17. Bugger.
Okay, so all of you have a dream of Pazuzu again. You see the armored-clad knight with him. You see just this field of crops on fire, and you can just hear the screams and cries of children at the same time, and it's so loud where you almost can't escape it, and only by a loud knock at your door are you awakened from this horrible, horrible nightmare.
But do we get an actual rest?
Yes, because all you roll high enough, none of you suffer a level of exhaustion.
So does that mean I get to remove the level that I already have?
Yes.
Okay. Yay, I'm hale and hearty and fit again.
All right. So you're all awoken. The morning has come. Breakfast is served.
Morning
And,
prayers are done.
Anybody else see Captain Howdy in their sleep last night?
Yes.
Concerned about that armored-clad knight that I saw in mine.
Oh, you saw him too, huh?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's supposed to be Clovis or if somebody else.
If it is him, then he's given himself over to darkness fairly comprehensively.
All right. Well, let's brief the Lord and Lady and set about our task.
All right, so you head into the main kind of dining area. You see Lord Braden and Lorella having breakfast. Obviously, Neslo is not there, though you do see their other son, Benjen, and their daughter, Bevan.
Okay. Kat, Skybliz, I'm going to let you two take point in this because you know more about demons than I do, so...
Sorry, I'm trying to look at swapping out my spells for the day. This is really hard to do while we're going. I don't know what to take.
Okay, I'll...
People can talk, it's fine.
Had a inclination of checking out the crypt near the temple. We have a couple of theories that we'd like to confirm or
refute.
Yes.
We believe that we believe that the order of events that has led to this in-progress calamity began with either something being found or being made within that crypt. Either Pazuzu came from there or he is going there, and we need to discern if there is other nastiness within there that could come forth and cause problems.
The last thing we want to do is have something else to deal with on another front.
The Lord and Lady look at each other. They both agree probably checking out the crypt is probably your best course of action.
As sort of a side, is there a priest or someone that I could see about maybe getting my weapon consecrated in case we're facing unholy enemies? I could get my sword blessed or something to give me an advantage against undead or something.
They look and point to your cleric. They're like, your cleric should be able to bless your weapon whenever
I was going to say,
you need it.
Hello.
We're right here.
Okay, all right. Well then, all right, let's get, I guess, do you guys have any other questions or anything to add?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you make your way across.
If we could be given directions, that would be...
Yeah, so you are given directions to the crypt, which is just north of the Church of Lathander, in kind of the poorer part of town. So you make your way over there. You notice a more mixed kind of race, kind of makeup over here. Basically, a lot of elves, a lot of dwarves tend to make their kind of house over here. The Church of Lathander is vitality and light, and it's supposed to be a good god. As you approach, you can see the entrance to the crypt that is currently being dug. They've completed about half of it, but the other half is the Clan Fireforge dwarves will not go further in.
Okay.
Okay,
Are any of those...
bracing myself for horrible, horrible things to happen. I cast him up a divine sense, letting me detect good and evil.
You definitely detect evil.
Okay. Are any of those dwarves nearby?
Yeah, you see a couple kind of laborers that are working on the outside of the thing, like they're doing some kind of stonework, doing statues and whatnot.
One of them wouldn't happen to be the one I spoke to last night, would they?
You don't see them in particular.
Okay. I'm going to approach them. Good morrow, gentlemen. Fine day to you. I understand that you gentlemen are somewhat wary of that crypt.
They all kind of look at each other like, yeah, I'm not going back in there. I'll finish the job, but I am not going back in there.
If one were to looking to enter to find what area would you say you are most wary of, and if someone were foolish enough to try to get there, how would they do so?
The further down you go, the weirder it gets.
How far deep are we talking?
He kind of pauses for a minute. He goes, well, I don't know, walk about 10 minutes down. I mean, it's a fairly deep crypt. We were told we're supposed to build 4 floors to this, but we got as far as the 3rd before we started digging out the foundation, and then he just kind of shudders at the thought. Then things got weird.
Okay, my thanks to you, gentlemen. Main entrance will get us in?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you guys...
Can Kataroi sense if this area is still consecrated?
No.
It isn't?
No. The church itself is, but the burial plots in the crypt, no.
Okay.
Has anybody been trying to put the skeletons back from whence they came?
What happened is the town's guard rounded them all up, smashed all the bones.
Fair enough.
And put them into basically a huge citywide bonfire. They're like, we can't take the chance.
All right.
So skeletons shouldn't be a problem now.
All right.
Small favors.
Okay.
Not perfect, but
looks like there's nothing for it but to just go on in. So, all right. Who's gonna do the weapon blessing?
I mean, I can burn some incense over it, but I can't make it a +1 holy weapon, if that's what you're asking.
I can. Sacred Weapon is actually a ability that only lasts for a minute, so I can do it mid-combat.
Oh, okay, so it's not like a long-term effect. Okay, all right. Okay, so I guess we just go on in.
Yeah.
All right. So you begin entering the crypt. It's fairly well maintained. Like the first level you enter, you can see plots where they bury the clerics, the acolytes, the priests, sort of the higher members of the kind of holy order, people who come from extended families. It's all pretty standard. There are preparation chambers where people might get prepared for burial. Some of them might be mummied, but also some of them might just be straight up buried and embalmed. You go further down, you start to see rooms where families might keep treasured items they want to have buried with their kind of loved ones. A lot of it's still fairly empty. You do see a couple of chests here and there, but they're meant for the families that will eventually be buried here. The further down you go, you start hearing scratching on the wall. You start hearing your footsteps unnaturally echo, and that's only on the 2nd floor. You get down to the 3rd, and the torches that are lighting the place seem to constantly flicker. You can't really see too far in the dark. I'm pretty sure none of you has natural dark vision or anything.
I do.
Okay, so you do.
I pull out my radiant mace.
60-foot dark vision. Haha, bitches.
I realize it's probably not going to do me much good, but I'm going to pull a torch out of my pack and light it up.
All right, you notice there just seems to be an unnatural wind would be the best way to describe it. There's just a lot of activity just kind of blowing down here. You can hear, like I said, your footsteps echo. You almost hear like whispers coming out of the darkness. Shadows seem unnatural, like unnaturally huge. That shadow doesn't match that particular object. Just weird, spooky.
The evil that I sensed, was it like, is it below us?
Yes.
Right.
So as you
Okay.
continue,
I will pass this on. Say, first thing you should know is this area either was never concentrated or is no longer concentrated. Second thing you should know is that there is something very evil here, and it is below us.
Okay. Mike, I'm going to call upon my Officers Academy training to keep an eye open for any possible points of ambush.
Since you don't know the layout, you're only guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of places people could, in theory, jump out of. Like I said, there are rooms off to the side where people are meant to be entombed. So anybody could jump out from any of those rooms, but each time you go down a layer, you kind of give a cursory check of each door. Everything's empty so far. When you get down to the fourth layer, you see the rock is starting to be kind of drawn out. You see earth in there, and everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
This must be worth
Good.
9 roll with a +2, so that's 11 total.
Oof.
Okay.
21.
Okay, so Lenore and Marcus, each of you take 1d4 damage.
From
You get this spore. There's this mold on the side of the walls, and when you approach it, it spits out at you.
I'm wearing my plague mask. It actually gives me advantage on like.
Okay, roll that. Let's see if it gets through.
Can I just re-roll it, or do you want
Yep.
me to?
Roll again.
That is going to be 17.
You are protected. Marcus is not.
I mean, that's the
Okay.
purpose of the mask.
All right.
So you start coughing and hacking up.
Well, hang on. I haven't made my roll yet. So, but I'm looking to see, is there anything in my character sheet that I could use to maybe like athletics or something? Maybe because I'm in especially good shape. I don't know.
Nope, it's a pure Constitution saving throw. If you either make it or you don't.
Okay, so you said 1d4 damage.
Yeah,
Okay, then I rolled
get-
a 2, so I took 2 damage.
yeah. So
I
you're
get
coughing and hacking.
I get advantage on being poisoned and against diseases and poison damage.
Yep, so you're fine. It's some kind of a toxic mold that reacts to heat. It's reacting to Marcus's torch.
Now, do we know that? Can we perceive that?
Nature check?
Lenore would know this
natural.
now.
Natural medicine, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lenore would know.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
then.
don't touch
we-
that.
Well, I'm also
Fire
holding-
bad.
Tell me to put the damn thing out.
Yeah, I don't get your torch near that.
Okay.
What did you say was like mold on the wall?
Yeah, it's like a mold of some kind.
Yeah,
Out of character, I happen to know that the herbs that are in Cat's mask would include camphor, mint, and myrrh.
And lavender.
And camphor was actually used to you pour it on cloth and hold it against your face to block out mold and spores and things. So if Cat can pass a medicine check, she might be able to like rub a camphor on from her mask on a cloth and say, "Tie that around your face; it'll help." Okay.
Yeah, can I
Okay.
do that? Can I
Yeah, absolutely.
reach into my my herb pouch and pull out some stuff and make a makeshift mask for both of them?
Yep, you can do so.
Yes. It'll just take me a few minutes. I've got a couple of handkerchiefs, and I'll take some of the herbs that are in my mask, and I'll fashion 2 little masks for the other 2. Just in case.
Okay. Do you need to roll for that, or it just happens?
I mean, like, I have it. I don't know if you want me to make, like,
Don't worry about it. It just happens.
performance check to take herbs out and roll them up in a handkerchief?
No problem. So you put together a kind of makeshift mask for them. You tell Marcus to extinguish his torch using your radiant mace as your primary source of light. You can see the mold is everywhere. You can see the rock and the earth has kind of been shaped into a rough semblance of a chamber, and it does extend further down.
Okay. Mike, I'm going to roll a perception check to see if I can get a little bit more of a feel for the room that we're in.
Okay.
7. So...
It's a room.
All right.
Did we find out before we went down here how far down it goes?
There were 3 floors were completed.
The dwarf I spoke to said that they were commissioned to build 4 floors. They completed the 3rd, so the transition here with the rougher rock tells me this is where they stopped digging. But I would not trust, given what we have experienced so far, that there aren't more levels that the dwarves themselves did not know about.
Indeed.
So as you explore this huge open room, like I said, you can see some of that mold on the walls. The floor is very slick from like kind of moisture and whatnot, but your boots are sticking to it fairly well. And there's a weird warmness to the air. Like, it's warmer than it is outside down here. It's also kind of sticky. It's very humid.
Okay. Are there any ambient noises that we're hearing, or just the wind?
Absolutely. You start hearing, like, almost like a drumming sound. But it's very, very, very faint. You can almost hear voices, too.
Drums in the deep.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking it.
And each of you starts to hear voices that are familiar to each of you.
Oh, that's not good.
Like your mothers, your fathers, your brothers. Other people
Well,
that you've known in
somebody's
your life.
messing with us.
Oh, those dead people. Do we, in this giant room, is it big enough that we see any, do we see any other doors or stairs or any other exit?
At the far end of the room, like towards where the wall for the end of this room should be, you do see a rough part of the wall. It looks like there's like a huge crack in it. And there's something on the other side of it. You can see kind of a natural light coming from the other side. Like, the room is lit by your radiant mace, but you see kind of this sickly kind of orange glow coming from the other room.
Alicera has dark vision. Maybe she should look through it and see if she
I
can
was
see
gonna
something we can't.
suggest that myself. I'll go forward carefully and have a careful peek through.
And before she does anything, I will cast resistance.
All right.
And I'm going to draw my sword.
All right.
So you get resistance. You can add a D4 to a saving throw.
I'm already. I have defense against disease, by the way, and I can't be charmed, and magic can't be diseased.
I'm just saying, if you need to make a dodge, here we go.
Yeah.
You do see the crack in the wall. It looks big enough for maybe something to squeeze through it. But the closer you get, you see what looks to be clothes and boots discarded amongst the entrance. And the closer you get, you start to smell that coppery taste, or that coppery smell of blood. And you can see what looks to be strips of flesh that were torn off as somebody got forced through here. Or something forced its way through going in, and something definitely forced its way coming out.
By the Dawnfire.
So what does she see looking through the crack?
Looking through the crack, you see another wall, and you can see what looks to be blood on the floor, but you can't see anything, because all you can really see is just another wall. But
so there's not like another room past it?
There is another room, but you can't see left or right. You're basically staring straight ahead.
Okay.
I will pass on. I'll be running commentary on what I can see.
Is this crack large enough that any of us could fit through it?
If you took off your armor, probably. But you might take some damage.
Mike, I want to make a history check, given my history with the dwarves of Clan Fireforge. I want to see if I might have learned anything about how to tell how thick a stone is. So, like, maybe if I, like, tap the wall, I can see if maybe we might be able to break down the wall and widen the crack a little bit. Can I do that?
Yes, but it'll be difficult, because it's not something you're totally familiar with.
Well, anything's better than nothing, so...
Yep.
Oh, wow, another nat 20. This metal dice is rolling like gangbusters today.
You might be able to widen the wall, so you might be able to squeeze one of you through, but you don't know how much it'll hold up. Basically, you'll make the door wide enough, but it might collapse after you go through it.
Okay, I relay this to my comrade. So there's a chance that we might be able to widen this crack enough for us to pass through, but there's also a chance that if we do that, it'll collapse behind us.
Goodness.
We do need to know what's down here.
Goodness. I very much do not want to take off my armor and go through there.
Yeah, removing our armor is not a very good tactical move.
Well, if we remove the armor and leave it within reach, and then we reach back through and kind of pass it through to ourselves in pieces.
I'm wearing chainmail. It's not like I'm wearing full plate, but still.
I'm also wearing chainmail, and
chainmail.
that also leaves us exposed to attack in the time it takes us to pass the armor between the crack.
It's not ideal, but I can't think of another solution.
As you sit there kind of discussing what your options are, you hear just this low moan come from the other side of the wall, and just this sound of flesh on flesh, just a very sickly wet sound, like a sucking, and you just hear just this.
Are you setting mind flayers on us?
Okay,
nope.
I'm calling a veto on the remove plan, because whatever's in there does not sound friendly. But Alistaria, if we use the butts of our weapons here, we might be able to widen this a little bit, so we can pass through with all our gear.
I think that's probably the best option we've got. Not an ideal option.
Can I cast detect magic?
Yes.
Great. I would like to detect magic.
You detect a shit ton of magic.
Sweet. Is there any magic in the room?
Is there any what, sorry?
Any magic in this room?
In the room you're in, no. On the other side of that wall, oh yes.
Usually with detect magic, it will tell you what school it is, won't it?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I forget what the different schools are.
Like necromancy, abjuration.
What does abjuration mean again?
Oh,
abjuration is you, fuck off. Conjuration is I throw a fireball, and so on.
Hold on, I can pull up the list. Cause...
Abjuration is the solemn repudiation, abandonment, or renunciation. So basically, yeah, get out of here.
Give me a Arcana roll, and I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Oh man, okay. Fuck me. 14.
You have a pretty good idea. It feels like a portal to you.
Well,
splendid.
That definitely. I think there's a portal on the other side of it.
Well,
that needs getting shut down.
All right. Well, I guess that sets our course of action. Alistair, help me bust down some more of this wall.
Fine.
Is there magic outside of that portal? Do I sense any other types of magic?
You sense necromancy for sure.
Sure. Is it like a lot of it, or is it like clustered?
It's clustered, yes.
Okay. Yeah, anything beyond this is very bad. There's necromancy, there's definitely a portal. Bad.
So, do we still want to go in and try and shut this thing down, or do we want to withdraw and take stock of our situation?
I don't think we need to take stock of our situation. I think we need to shut this down.
I agree.
All right, let's get to smashing.
Okay.
All right,
Do we need
so for dramatic effect, you start chipping away at the wall. As you do so, the wall does crumble and does widen enough for the three of you to pass through if you go one at a time. And
All right.
Who's going first?
I'll volunteer to go first.
Well, hold up, hang on. Let me look here. Your armor class is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is 19. Plus, I get a bonus reaction because I'm a shield master. So I could go.
Yeah, but you can't see in the fucking dark.
I will go first as I have the light source.
Okay, and then I'll follow behind.
Okay. Just
Fine.
give me a second.
Actually, I was going to ask a question, which was, how long does Detect Magic last?
Quite a while,
Minutes,
I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
Casting time one. Just 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it.
I was going to say it would have been gone by the time we.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going through first?
I will go through first, and as soon as I am on the other side, I would like to cast another spell, because I'm just going to waste all my spells before we even get into combat. And I would like to, as soon as I'm on the other side, besides just doing a perception check to see what I see,
Yep.
would you like me to roll that first or after I cast the spell?
You can roll it first if you want.
Okay. Okay, that dice didn't do me good, so perception check. 7! That one's going in jail. You're officially in jail. Okay, so I don't see shite, but
Alright,
I
so
would like...
you creep through to the other side,
Yes.
and you emerge, and you feel something cold, wet, and slimy grab your shoulder with this unnaturally strong grip. And just the stench of putrid death just overwhelms your senses. Roll me Constitution.
With my mask on?
With your mask on.
Because this is literally what I do for a living, is disgusting smells.
You are very familiar with this smell.
Constitution. It's a natural 19 plus... it's going to be 22.
Thankfully, due to your training as a plague doctor, you are very used to the smell of death, and you do not puke in your mask. However, you are face to face with 3 zombies.
Cool. Well, fuck that spell that I was about to cast. I'm gonna cast something else now.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't you have turn undead?
I do. I'm worried that there's more, and I can only do this not very much. So, I will. How does this work? God, I've never been a cleric before. God, you know what? I've already have my mace out. The first thing that touches me is getting maced in the face.
All right.
So, do we need to roll initiative?
Nope. Since it surprised you, it's going to attack first.
Oh, sure.
So, it's going to roll. I take it a 19 hits.
Yes.
Ow.
Okay, cool.
God.
So, it deals you 2 damage as it basically claws at you.
Gross.
Its fingernails peel off of your chainmail.
Ew.
Because
Lovely.
I've got a huge jacket over my chainmail, actually, so...
Okay.
That's cool. There's 3 of them. Do they each get a surprise round?
I'll say just the one closest to you, so you can attack the one that's attacking you, or you can go after the other 2.
I'm going to attack the one that's attacking me, because I
Alright.
assume that that's the one closest to the hole that I need my
Yes.
friends to come through. Let's see. So I will go ahead and attack with my mace. Let's see. Well, that's... Oh, no, that's a natural 20. Sweet!
Alright, you hit the thing.
Oh, good dice. You stay. You get to stay. Let's see. I hit it, and then I double my dice for the critical damage. So that will be a total of 8 damage.
Okay. So you crank this thing across the face. Half of its skin flies off. It just kind of moans at you, go.
That is not the first time you've done that.
No, it's not. So it starts.
That is one hell of a noise.
It starts screeching at you. The other two zombies start leering at you, and I'm gonna give this to you. You recognize these zombies.
Oh shit! Do I? Okay.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Are they his retainers?
Yes, they are.
Called it.
And you notice ritualistic carvings all across them.
Oh. By the Dawnfather, what did the ritualist like?
Some kind of necromancy ritual for sure. What school of necromancy? You couldn't say for sure unless you want to study them, but they're trying to rip your face off right now.
Right. I will call back to my comrades. We've found your retainers.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound good. All right.
And
What's the bad news?
They have been made unwell.
hurry. That's the bad news.
All right. So with sword drawn, I'm going to go ahead and move through the crack.
All right, so you shuffle through, and you've now entered combat. However, you are at disadvantage because you're just shuffling through. The zombies will get advantage to attack you, or if you attack them, you're at disadvantage.
I'd like to think that I stepped in front of as much in front of the crack as I could.
Okay.
So, whatever that does, if it helps, if it doesn't help.
Doesn't really help him right now.
Well,
just because
and
he's still a little off balance.
and I've got the Shield Master feat, which lets me perform a shove on anything that gets too close. So I can handle myself. So do I need to roll for initiative or?
Nope. You can attack, so you're through, but you're just at disadvantage right now.
Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the zombie and go, oh, Jesus, Moses, hitting the drink a little too hard, I see. And then I'm going to take a swing with my long sword. So that's a D20?
Yep. Roll a D20.
All right.
You're at disadvantage, so roll twice, or roll two at the same time.
Oh, so roll two at the same time?
Yeah.
All right, well, the first one's a 2. So,
Oh, no.
So unless you roll a 1...
and the next one's an 18.
The shock of seeing your retainers kind of takes you off guard a little bit, so you swing, but not. Your heart's just not in it.
Okay. And then my Shield Master lets me... are either of the zombies... Are any of the zombies 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So my Shield Master shove, because I took an attack action, I can take a bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet. So I'm going to do a shield bash on the closest zombie to knock it away from me.
Okay. All right. So you roll, or sorry, you don't need to roll it. You bash the zombie closest to you. Give me a roll, and this one I'm just going to determine what happens. So just roll a d20.
19. Where were you 2 minutes ago?
You shove it through the portal, and it disappears.
Really?
Yep.
Damn. What am I, fucking Troy Aikman here?
Just
Did a
just
Wario-style
blips
body slam. I thought the portal was clear on the other side of the room.
no, it's right there.
Oh shit, we're right up against it.
I like how you were like, fuck off! Smash! Yeah, they are undead. I'm paladin. This is kind of what we do. So, greatsword, and I will punt them with my greatsword.
Okay. Roll to attack. You are at disadvantage just because getting through the crack has kind of thrown you off balance a touch.
Right, 16.
Okay, that is definitely enough to hit one of them.
Cool. Also, when I hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend one spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell level, plus 1d8 against undead or fiends.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. What is your damage total?
Right, so my weapon damage is 2d6 plus 3. I'll roll that first. Bloody hell! 2 6s.
So 12?
Thank you, dice.
Damn, you just pulped the bastards.
So that would be plus 2d8 extra radiant damage plus another d8. Give me another d8. 8. Okay, cool.
Lawrence and Moses, no!
You should
Sorry,
never
but
name
they're
them.
undead now.
Never name them. You get attached.
Right, so that was 12. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, I need a calculator.
Give me the number.
I have this calculator, leave me alone.
I got a calculator app on my phone. Give me feed me numbers and I'll work it out for you.
I've got it. Right, 31 damage altogether.
Oh my god!
So the zombie you attack, you slice into it, the sword slices right into its chest, a pulse of light flashes from your arm down the blade, and the zombie literally explodes in a shower of blood and gore and bone.
I hope you plan on paying for our dry cleaning.
It's hardly noticeable on my jacket.
Would you prefer to be torn apart by zombies?
I'm just saying, this is a nice set of armor.
Alright, now it's the zombies go. Okay, so the zombie that attacked Lenore is going to try attacking again. It rolled a natural 1. It trips and falls. It is prone.
It hits its head on my shield as it goes down.
That would be Shemp. He never was the brightest bulb in the box.
And then the other surviving zombie... Oh, no, it's gone. There's only the one zombie left. So, yeah, Shemp is on the floor. I presume someone's going to just finish it
Attack
off.
of opportunity, stab it in the head.
Hey, it's my retainer. I should get the chance to stamp his head in.
Hey, he hit me.
Oh, for all the...
So,
Fine! Knock yourselves out, children.
I'm going to
So-
stamp his head in.
alright, so you Resident Evil stomp his head, bone and brain crushing under your armored boot, and the zombie is dead. However, that's not the end of the adventure, because we've come to the end of the hour! What's going to happen next as they stand towards this bizarre magical portal? Well, I guess you're just going to have to stay tuned to find out what happens next here on Fools Who Ride the Dreamstone. I've been your game master, Mike the Birdman Dodd from ThisWeekInGeek.net and TerribleWarriors.com. I've been joined in Baltimore with
Dr. Gonzo?
the American Midwest,
The cat.
a place that is not England. But it is. I forgot.
I am in England. Yes, I'm Skyblaze. And I am, in fact, in England.
All right, there, guys. So, as always, we'll join you next week here on the show. And until then, may your rolls not be natural ones, because nobody likes a botch like I just got.
We liked your botch. That's fine.
We did, yes.